I don't even know if the Democrats could actually like recreate this with Kamala, especially. I have this Theo Von Trump video that I haven't watched yet, and it's been like 4 days.
But your thing is going really great. My son's a big fan of yours, Barron.
Really, Barron is?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
He just graduated high school, right?
That's right. He just did. He knows you very well. He said, Dad, he's big.
Wow.
Yeah.
What's with Trump and like constantly relying on his sons for media appearances?
Big one.
That's cool.
So that's good.
What,
Well, that's where it is nowadays, right?
Yeah, well, it's interesting. You know, yeah, I can't believe that we're able to get platforms. And I started in my kitchen, and then...
Bro really needs to be monitoring his son's intake, dude.
Yeah, that's, yeah, does Barron play sports or anything?
He does. He plays golf and different sports.
Ew, bro. Let him play ball. He's like 6'8", dog. He's 6'8" and Slovenian. What the f is wrong with you? Let him hoop, dog.
Soccer. Loves soccer. Very good at soccer. He's a good athlete, Barron.
Yeah? Is he going to go, has he already picked a college or no?
He has, and he's getting set to go in the fall. Good college, a very good one. And he was always a very good student. He's smart. And that's Don, and that's Eric.
Yeah, they're funny.
Oh, yeah.
They have a good sense of humor, too. Like, whenever I see them at UFC, it's like...
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I just, like... The first time I was nervous, I think, and then after that, when I've seen them, it's like, it's fun to kind of cut up with them a little bit.
Yeah, well, they're good. They're good guys, and they really they get along great with the rest of the family. We all get along great. We have a good family, but I love you. I see. You talk about a great guy. How about Dana White?
Yeah.
The job he does, right?
Yeah, I want to thank Dana too for helping get us set up together. Yeah, he makes it happen. I like Dana. He doesn't waste words. He doesn't waste time. He likes to, I think, be efficient, and he has seems like a strong sense of integrity for himself.
Yeah, nobody like him, actually. It's
I do think that, I think Trump's strategy of going to like right wing, or not even right wing necessarily, but like Trump's strategy as a telegenic person that is like capable of holding a conversation with people who are not immediately at odds with him, actually does end up humanizing him a lot to people who are prone to his kind of politics. I think, like, I don't even know if the Democrats could actually like recreate this with Kamala, especially. You know what I mean? Humanizing a horrible racist monster, great. I'm thinking specifically tactics, okay? Like, because this is a question that comes up a lot, you know? This is the type of question that comes up all the time. In the media specifically. Like, I have had to answer this question like 100 times, both at the DNC and even before the DNC. And I'm sure that this is something that, like, in the future, journalists will be asking me about as well, given my position as a prominent content creator who is a political commentator on a platform like Twitch. People ask me this all the time. It's like, oh, well, you know, the Democrats want to try to adopt the same strategy as Trump. Problem is, I just don't think that a person like Kamala Harris is capable of like going on, like, what would be the equivalent? You know what I mean? I just don't see Kamala Harris like doing this with like an equivalent. Kamala Harris on I've Had It is like not a good example though, because no disrespect to the I've Had It ladies, they're great, but this is not like, I mean, look at the numbers even. Like, this has 100,000 views before she actually ran, before she became the obviously the presidential candidate, but like, that's not the equivalent. You know what I mean? Maybe like hot ones potentially, but even then you would have to do it repeatedly. Like, Trump doesn't do this as a one-off. This is like a whole personality that he's cultivated over many, many years as a content creator himself originally, right? So if Trump just did like 1 or 2 media hits, it would be like Joe Biden going on that what was the podcast with like Speedy, that guy, the Complex podcast. Like, it would look like that. She would have to like do this a bunch of times, but ultimately it would still look stale and manufactured because she appears like very manicured. You know what I mean? What is Theo politically? Just everything. Just a median voter, the perfect median voter. Trump played golf with a golfing YouTuber, for example. He's in it for the content. Yeah, and it got 11 million views. Like, he's kind of cooking on his social media strategy, I'm not gonna lie. But it's not something that Kamala Harris, I don't think, can genuinely recreate anyway. You know what I mean? Golfing YouTuber, that guy's a pro. Yeah, man, I don't know, nor do I care. Come on, dog. Like, Yeah, okay, he's a golfer. Who cares, bro? Jesus Christ. There ain't no way there's this many motherfuckers in this chat that love golf that much. It is the most like 50-plus-year-old white man sport of all time. That's crazy. Even Dr. Phil, 16 mil. Dude, yeah. A Trump interview is like literally immediate lock that you're gonna get like 10 million plus views. How do you think this will reflect an actual vote? So many 16-year-olds watching Theo can't vote. Maybe I'm wrong. I think like if you want to activate a base of voters that are non-voters that maybe were too young to vote or too young to care during your horrific presidential run, this is the best way to do it. This is what I said with the Aiden Ross stuff too, right? Like he's very clearly going after, like his team understands that there are a group of voters out there, young men specifically, that have shown in polling results that they are more interested in Republican politics in general, that don't really look at traditional media all that much, and might have been too young to have made up their minds about Donald Trump under the Trump administration, under the Trump presidency. Even if they're like Joe Rogan watchers in general, because like Theo Vaughn probably has a similar audience. Theo Vaughn has a similar audience to Joe Rogan, so I assume it's like a lot of like older men, older than you would think, but men that aren't necessarily tapped in to mainstream interest, mainstream media in general. And the interesting part of that equation is that they don't show up in polls either, especially if they're like non-voters originally. They're not going to show up in polls. What the f going on with my chat? My chat's bricked. Am I still live? What's happening? Am I still here? Can you guys hear me? Can you guys see me? Oh, okay. Well, chat was broken for a little bit. I don't know what happened. Was it mini F or something? No F? That was odd. I experienced the F on my stream. That was weird. Yeah, my chat arena is brick. Look, see that? It doesn't even show like subscriber buttons and shit.
I know a friend of mine, the father, he had a bad heart attack. Literally, they took him out. They were taking people out.
What is going
early
on,
days.
bro?
And I don't hear that anymore. I mean, there were other.
What is he talking about? Like, why do we care? Come on, move on.
Like you think it was that?
But-
So it's like,
We had an exciting event the other night with Elon Musk
yeah.
and me.
I listened.
We had a pretty big audience for that one, I can tell you.
Yeah, I listened for probably about like 20 minutes. I thought it was cool. It was. I think the tough part was just like it would have been neat if you guys could have been in the same spot, you know. But I still thought it was exceptional.
I heard the audio was great, and actually they put out a clear tape of it because they had clear tape.
Oh, nice.
Oh, the audio was great. He's talking about the list.
Had so many millions and millions of people watching, like record numbers of people. And I'm trying to figure out, we're on a cell phone, or I was, and, you know, that's a lot of people coming into a cell phone one way or the other.
Yeah.
But I heard some people had a problem with the audio. I don't know. I don't do that thing. You know, that was done. And we had a great conversation. It was for 2 hours and 15 minutes. They just put out a clear tape of it, a perfect tape of it. But yeah, I think I sounded, somebody said your voice was distorted or something. And you know, I guess
it's so funny. He hates the way he's perceived, and it's obvious that he heard the lisp shit and it pisses him off, but he doesn't want to draw too much attention to the lisp. So he's just trying to say it without saying it. You know what I mean? Like, oh, I heard the audio, there was some issues or something.
that happens. Look, it was such a big thing, such a big audio, but I would have loved to have seen the clear tape originally. They put it out right after the show, so now it's a clear tape where a perfect tape done there.
Yeah.
But when it goes through different phone systems and everything else, you think if we were together, that doesn't happen then? Because I think his voice was more clear than
Yeah, maybe
mine.
because he was the one who was like initiating the call. I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure about how all that works. But yeah, I know that in post, a lot of times they can tighten things up and make it better, you know? Yeah. It's amazing how Elon, like, the cost to really have your own voice in the world is $44 billion, basically.
Well,
if you want to have your voice, like, you know what I'm saying? He has his own channel.
and he does what he wants to do.
Yeah.
And he's a fantastic guy, and he's a brilliant person, and the country should be very proud of him, actually. I have Truth, which has been very successful.
True Social, you mean? He's a real dirt
my guests are
serpent,
here.
too, dude.
Yeah,
He's a
he
freaking
really
legend,
is.
you know?
Yeah, he's
We're watching
Interview yet?
yeah, we're watching the Trump interview. All right, we got guests in the building.
Hello.
Crash Dummies Pod.